The flash today, so thanks and facts.
some kind of butterfly. Baby, you give me midnight. You whip up my appetite. Don't leave me here high and dry. Baby, you give me ice and fire. You're channeling wind and rain. You're some kind of butterfly. Baby, you give me midnight. You whip up my appetite. Don't leave me here high and dry.
Trader of all, he with the longest attention span, or her with infinite patience? Whomever they are, they're the exception. Trading is devilishly difficult, and nobody can cure that with one simple trick. Yet legends prevail, and traders get rich, while losers lament their negligence. Doomslayers double down on diligence. Your aim may be to create a new world for you and the ones you love. You might be trying to create one you already know. You want to make it so that nobody can ever tell you what to do ever again. You might want to free yourself from the cheese sandwich factory. You might want to test yourself against the world's very best. The way this works is without any financial advice. I give you trading opportunities that can change your life. You limit your risk with stop losses. You learn how to execute, and you know how to take profit. You can do this faster by taking the course at www.technicalanalysis.school and joining the Discord at www.patreon.com/RockyOutCrop, where you'll also get the Rocky Outcrop Flash free trading course on harmonics and access to the best Discord in the world for trading. You can get feedback on any ticker in the world you like. Just let me know using links below. And if you start with $1,000, I'll give you, over the period of this show, well, this is a series, 9 trades that will double your account. And I'll try to give each of you 9, even if you join halfway through somebody else's 9. One after another. If you limit your risk, those 9 will come for you and you will be a millionaire. No financial advice. In between the steps before and after, I'll help you take money from the market to keep growing your portfolio and grow your skills as a trader. Welcome to the JME Millionaire Maker experience. Okay, are you ready to get hit with some thunderous trades on GameStop? Oh, that double clap. Look at that GameStop there. Isn't that nice? Right, this is a crab harmonic. Crab harmonic that we were looking for a bounce here, which was this D. We got it. That was a reaction. It wasn't yet. I'll get to those messages in a second. How exciting. I'll get to those messages in a second. We got this reaction, right, from the D, which you would have anticipated. And with really strong performing harmonics, those that go on to give you the best moves afterwards, you'll see a reaction ahead of the reversal. The reaction is when price bounces from that target. But then the reversal is after that. Price comes back. A lot of people take their eye off it. Price even perhaps exceeds where you might have initially looked to enter for that trade. And on those harmonics, when you get that reversal, that's when from that point onwards, price gives you a terminal candle inside the PRZ, the potential reversal zone. At that point, you can enter those trades and they can go absolutely flying. And the best possible harmonic that comes with the most volatility and the biggest possible opportunity that we could have found at this stage of this chart is this one. Right now, there's two possible things that can happen. There's also this potential bearish butterfly opportunity, which suggested that, you know, there was an opportunity for dropping down from this D point, and it may well still be true that the symmetry that presents us with means that you're getting some lower entry on GME at some point right now, but I'm not talking about that today, right? There's also this harmonic. This is a crab. It's the best for this kind of thing. Now, you've got your reaction, then you've got your reversal, and price action has gone back, right? It's gone back. What we want to now see is it hold this, make the next target 223, so it's 24, right? It's the next target. Now that we've done this great work holding it in at around 1920. Then we needed to get to 22, did that. Now we exceed that and go up to 24. You get to 24, you exceed that, then you'll push up to 30. That's brilliant, right? 28, 30 bucks. That's what you'll get on GME from this crab if it moves to the top side. And then because of what GME's like and what it's been up to recently, and because of the nature of this thing, you won't just get, which would be the C to the D, right? 1.13. You'll get a test up at around 35 bucks, and it could even go to 39 or 40 bucks GME. That could even happen off the back of what we're seeing here if it doesn't break back below these previous lows. And yeah, it could come in and test them. It just can't break them. And yeah, you've got everything you could possibly look to, along with this potential initiation of the move with an inverted head and shoulders. Now, if it holds the support, a lot of possible things can happen. And this would be very similar to a situation we saw not all that long ago when GME broke down, put in this bottom information at the time, moved to the upside, give it this volatility. There was always the danger that this was going to break down here and that this wasn't a real break in the trend. That resulted in another opportunity for the same potential volatile move, which is perfectly encapsulated with the nature and character of how these technical formations play out. And this is a good one, right? It's a good one on GameStop. So we're starting the show today with a quick look at GameStop because of the potential moves there, right? That's a potential 100% trade in that. Now, I'm not saying it's a good time to enter right now for that move. I mean, you know, ideally, you know, there's lots of different ways of looking at it, right? So that's brilliant, but we can talk more about that if you want to. Let me just check what happened over here in the chat box. What a great start to the show it was. That was incredible before it even kicked off. Luke, Tim Bob, getting new members in. That's amazing. Welcome all the new members. And then donations started coming in. Thanks, everybody. Just get through them quickly. Read them. Bing bong. Welcome, Tim Bob, and thanks for those memberships. Thanks for all you do, Jamie. Can't stay today. Catch you later. Great. Good to see you, Raymond. Buddy. Dragonfly made off a few quid off the flash today, so thanks. Dragonfly, very generous of you. Thanks so very much. Congratulations on that flash work.
Club 10. The fax reads, you are so freaking awesome. Can I move
Big
in
Raptor, Jackie, thanks for everything you've done for me and this group
really
over the
well
last 6 months. Thanks for being part of it and everything you contribute, buddy, and everybody else. Appreciation dollars only goes so far, but the words are forever. Thanks, Jackie.
I am not a cat became a member.
Everyone's talking right now. The Penguin Lady for wheel parts and R&D. Thanks so much, Penguin Lady.
Fax arrival from Dashi C36.28.
The wheel. The Wheel of Doom. It's fantastic. There's an analogy in the Wheel of Doom, right? It's, as you can tell, right?
Nature and number 39. S-Fire,
it spins.
that and number 39.
Fantastic.
S-A
That's
and number
one
39.
lesson from this.
The Learning I Desire dot and number
Others
39.
are
Ghostly Spirit of Rabbit
that
wishes
it could land anywhere, right? Well, it couldn't land anywhere. It could only land on one place.
That and number
so,
39.
well, it's not yet decided, right?
Fire,
it's still a certainty in some respects. You can make what is yet to be seen, what to be known, the future, that unknown. You can make a certainty from your framework of how you approach that. And I know that it's going to end on one of them segments. And then I can say there's a probability to which one it'll end on. And then here we have it. Probabilities are themselves, when they're plotted on a chart across the X and Y, we can say that that probability is a certainty, whether or not the outcome, right, which will be quantified as a ratio or a derivative under 1, we'll also know, yeah, here, this is a fact, and that fact we can use to manage our risk. It's brilliant. It's an amazing part of the wheel. So as it gets more and more complicated, you know, obviously as it slows down, you know, there's an increasing sensitivity to any volatility in the motion, which would have an effect, obviously, on the individual probabilities of each of these segments. This is credible, it's scary, it's dangerous, and the more parts that get added, the better and better we get at representing that sensitivity to volatility. And then also, as you can probably imagine, the way that it speeds up is very commensurate to the way that it slows down because of this law of thermodynamics. Itself fantastic, that is a product of proving that light is both a wave and a particle. So people who actually started the show the other day just really didn't get it. They was like, you don't even heard of this Maxwell guy. Is Tradespotting just picking up Scotland for the sake of it? No. Right? These are crucial things. It was with Maxwell that Einstein was able to get anywhere, right? So here we are looking at, well, that gravity effect. Not great. Yeah, brace action. Below this here, you're on 50 simple period moving average in those areas, right? $20 was it at? It's on here, 20 spot 64, and we closed at 20 spot 23. If you hold $18 and change, even, you know, if you come slightly below and hold the basis line within this formation, fantastic, very positive news. GME will move to the top side. Those targets, very, very positive. This prior high, very, very likely. There is a top secret that those with the rocky outcrop flash could, and it, you know, may be brought to the attention, you know, it may be, you know, keep it secret, GME rocky outcrop flash folks, but wow, there's something up here as well with that double clap. We're gonna laugh about that later, the particular nature of that type of flash. funny. With 70%, oh look, I missed out on reading these, the rest of them. For wheel parts, thanks so much. With 70% appreciation and greater visibility, guitar outside, thank you so much, great to see you. Thanks, buddy. Well, legend. Best trading day of 2023 so far. Wow, what about that? Yes. Fuck, pardon. Yeah, brilliant. Yes. You know, that's great. Higher highs. You're a true role model, and your efforts will be remembered for generations to come. Jay Fern, thanks very much. That's appreciated. Yeah, you're having lots of babies. This is the story of Tradespotting. Thanks for never breaking the chain, Jimmy. Remember, never forget. Thanks, Banana Freeze. Wiki Wilkes, thanks, Jimmy. We love you. Good to see you, buddy. 5 memberships from Tim Bob. You lucky folks. You're now bonded forever in JBOG. You are OG. Journey hasn't always been easy, but you have been fundamental to my understanding in the market. I have learned so much and I appreciate all your efforts. Thanks, JB. It's brilliant. What? Getting stronger and stronger all the time. Yo, that guy. Look at all you lovely folks. Thanks for becoming members. Great to have you. Doomslayers representing. Yes, Tennessee Texan Jen. Great to see you too. Penguin Lady. Boom. Free highlight for 18 months. 18 months. Kitties never die. 50 plins. Great to see you, Joe. Kitties, whoever you are. Vic Vince. 20 months. Get out of town. Get up them stairs. What do you like? Holy sugars. 20 months. Gerard, give me some of that GMETA, please, with love and respect. Oh, how did you like that, Gerard? How's it going, Gerard? Wow, look at that headband. If you've not got one yet, how not? So many have been flying around. Unlucky. Let's freaking go, Doomslayers. Chibs, how's it going? Mango, thanks for everything. Professor Jam and Lord Rocky. This is brilliant. Guitarist Day 20. No, 2. Countdown trade bar. Number 39.
He liked charting and sometimes would haul an
secrets are coming back,
proved a match
being revealed to everybody. Dreepmeister, Jimmy, great to see you, Dreepmeister. Drip, but it's, you know, accent. As long as it comes with sausages. Dogs can't say sausages. Did you know that? Dogs can't say sausages. Bananas can say yeah.
Facts
Ooh,
arrival
especially
from
when things are going well.
VRV.R.10.
Look at that
The
banana. Are you
facts
happy?
reads Doom
It
Slayers
is
knowing the
bad.
cost.
So earlier on, I was like, you know,
arrival from
talking to this banana, it was saying that one of these long-held fears that it didn't want to rule was like, I might, you know, dry it out, fry it, and smoke it out. And he's like, you're giving up smoking. It's brilliant, Tradespotting. Giving up smoking and all that work going on and all that stuff you're doing. I'm very impressed. I was like, yeah, banana. And then we had a little together. It was brilliant. What a day it's been. Also decorating, so my jumper's inside out, and I've been painting.
Facts arrival
Old
from
Hardy, $2.99. My hero, great to see you, Old Hardy.
We admire.
Yeah.
Showed skills. We
Smart,
aspire.
sir.
Unreasonable.
Not enough words in my vocabulary to express how thankful I am to you. Even after I become self-sufficient in the market, I hope we'll always be friends. You freaking better hope. You know what? I'm not going to cut you loose just when you turn into a valuable weapon that I can use and go for a long collection of other valuable weapons to cut big holes in things and do some serious damage. What are you talking about? We're in here. There's a longer horizon than that, Mr. Schwartz. Right? There'll be plenty of time to add to your vocabulary. Don't go anywhere, sir. And everybody else, do the same. Homer, you total legend. How you doing? Jose, you legend too. Bob! Robert, it's your mother's brother. Can you tell me any more about any? I can tell you a little bit about it. Like, you know, they've got about 17,000 Bitcoin miners paid off recently at $23,000 per Bitcoin. It'll generate around $47 million per year annum. That's all paid off. Add that to the bottom line. You divide it by the number of shares. Suggests that the Bitcoin's not going bankrupt. If you're looking to get it back above 1, that'd be pretty positive, wouldn't it? If you're looking to trade it on any sort of instrument, I imagine 1 would be the lowest possible price you could buy it, and other than, you know, the shares themselves. So after you got some, if it moved to those areas, you could easily hedge a huge position quite easily, suppress loads of volatility. That'd be pretty good, you know. Also, if you get your stop and profit on those
Chris became a member.
shares that you buy on spot, should you be doing that? It's not financial advice, and you know, then later on prices move, get volatile, you could open various other trading strategies wrapped around different instruments to take advantage of that volatility so that you start getting paid back for your capital you've invested before you even take profit from the original trade. That'd be good. And then if it does move up, right, it's going 1, right, that'd be great. 0.9 likely, not even got the chart open and tell you what's happening next. Then 1.5, and that's like convenient depending on certain trades you might be taking, looking for those sort of prices. And then, you know, 4, that'd be good. And then 9, that'd be pretty good too. What does that mean? Because it's all going based on what's happening with Bitcoin. Well, it likely moves based on Bitcoin breaking support and resistance, as opposed to, you know, dollar per dollar exact correlations, nor will even every oscillation match because of the nature of open interest and the money that flows between assets. So, you know, you can look at the risk on situation, the rotation of money, and the obvious opportunity any, and you could manage your risk and possibly make loads depending on the way you handle it. But I'm here to give you any particular advice about it you want. Just let me know, and we'll of course look at the charts, you betcha. Can you tell me any? Let's see the chart, you betcha. My $1,009 trade starts tomorrow. Your 1,009 trade starts tomorrow. Thank you for everything you do. Your community loves you. Thank you very much, Robert. That sounds very much, when you put all of that message together, that you're going to start putting money in any tomorrow at $1,000. Oh my goodness, that's a lot. Well, you better be taking careful. That's very dangerous. Never hear any suggestion or idea like that around this place, right? That, I don't know where you heard that kind of thing, but let's do it. We'll have a look at what that might entail in terms of risk for sure. Happy to do so. Glad to do so. I'm going to enjoy doing it. Thanks very much, Bob. Appreciate. Yo, Wolfric Doomslayer. Whoa! Holy shit! What the frick? Oh my god.
Jumping Jibberwock became a member.
Wolfric's here. Watch it, everybody. Watch out, everybody. Wolfric's here, right? So at any moment, dangerous things could start happening. Oh my god. Be careful, right? And I'm not joking. Be very, very careful. Dangerous things start happening at any moment. We don't want that. Right, I need to get something up here in the meantime. Thank you. Excusez-moi. Yes. Wilfric, I sent you a DM somewhere at some point recently, was looking to get your details with regards to something, like, you know. Yo, stop saying stuff like that. We don't need to hear that. This is what we needed to hear. I need to hear it too, just to double check, right? Right, thank you very much, Google. So what were we looking at? Yes, the chart that was any. You wanted to have a look at any, but look at GameStop there as well. It's still up there. You know, you should definitely have a wee look at that. What was that noise? That was dangerous. So yes, so the first target on it would be obviously it's already passed. If you're looking at, oh my goodness. If you're looking at that, something dangerous happening in the background there. If you're looking at, so you obviously got that retest of this moving average. They went through each other. Price action obviously followed it. You put in a higher high. This could potentially consider a higher low. If you then break this area at 22, you'd be looking at areas within the breakdown of this trend. Obviously, that comes into the same point as X. So the next one potentially is in around B. So the top side to $25, which should also be 786 on this retracement, which would be testing the downward sloping trend. So even at that point, you know, the bears don't even know they're wrong, right? They don't even know they're wrong. They've got no idea what's happening, in fact. Right, so that sounds like something bad just happened.
Ghost of Wolfric Doomslayer became a member.
Oh my goodness, as if he wasn't already. He's right up there on top of the freaking mountain. Did he do that just with the power of what was it? Some sort of alloy on. What is this? I mean, I suppose this is some sort of quartz amalgam. It's likely granite, probably. So that would be what it was. Just so you could do that too, just create fire from nothing. So there's a question yesterday, how does nothing come from nothing? Well, Wolfric stands at the top of a mountain and makes stuff happen. So, what was that then? You're welcome, Bob. Yes, you're welcome, Bob. And then hit me with that knowledge, Dad. He's up in Jabber Walkhouse, going, buddy. Great to see you. Cheers. What a great, incredible day it's been. This is incredible. Here, Box. What are you doing, Box? Stop being weird, Box.
Facts arrival from CC's Ghost 9.99.
She's Australian. Why is she saying stuff Australian-wise?
Heart, and facts.
It's Australian. It's funny, isn't it? Oh my goodness. Right here, there's more messages. I'm not a cat. They're the best. There's nobody like I am not a cat. But nobody knows it. What did the Ukrainian say to his German friend? Thanks a lot. Yay. You and Rocky are tank players. Thanks a lot. Oh, yeah. Get those tanks right up here, by the way. How good news is that? That was pretty funny. I mean, now that that's happened. Because they're like, I mean, I don't know, they do damage and they're bad things, aren't they? But those main battle tanks, right, they're a step above in terms of like, you know, they're going to completely and utterly annihilate the Ruskies. That's unfortunate for them, right?
Tradespotting Fan Club 5.
What just happened?
_slayers bin :/slayers bon :/slayers ape :/slayers ape :/slayers ape :/slayers ape :99.99 _slayers ape never going back _slayers ape :/slayers ape. Thank you for everything you do,
This is like
Jamie.
the best song ever.
Facts.
You're freaking welcome. Well, yo. No, I'm German, but how did you know my name was Walter? You are so freaking awesome. Can I move in when the renovations get done? I can sing really well and I can cook too. Yeah, maybe. Like, that's what I was thinking. Like, do I use the living room as the place to make these videos, or do I move into the other spare bedroom and make that a place to actually make videos? Or do I just keep it as a nice bedroom? I don't know. So, you know, if you want, you can, no problem. A whole lot of tanks. All the tanks. I mean, I think it's only like 14 from here and 14 from there, but, you know, and then 12 of these from over here and then, you know, 24 over here. But that really does start to add up, you know, it really does. And then, you know, they're going to get plenty of Russian ones on the way too. Tanks are really good in counterattacks. You can have all the armored vehicles as you want, but you kind of want some tanks in front of them. So now they get a full complement, right? It's a nice composite. It's like a well-balanced portfolio. Thanks for all your support, Jamie. You're welcome. XO81. Esco. 81. That's at least 20 years ago. Thank you for Ali your support. It's even possibly Ali Uber Ali's. You're welcome. Thanks so much. Esco81. Well, see, this is what was. Did I share this on Discord? The stats was like, I was gonna. Did I even do it? It was the first couple of months was like, 25 to 30-year-olds, and then it was like actually 30-year-olds to 35-year-olds, and now it's like 35 to 45-year-olds. So you're getting really, really old, really, really quickly, much quicker than I'm at times actually progressing. Super weird, right? Don't ask me how that happens. Probably some sort of quantum calculation, and I imagine Pythagoras is involved. He's got his hands on everything. You're welcome, Eskimo Adasi. Yo, extra love to you. What an amazing week. You're so amazing, generous. Nice.
S.A. Herrera H just super chatted with
Oh my god, there's a super chat came in underneath this. What is happening? Extra love to you, JB, also with the date in mind. Oh, the date in mind.
Fax arrival from
Good point.
Sound 6.05.
A Burns quote.
The fax reads, thank you.
Give me a
for
spark
continued
in nature's
greatness and
fire.
facts.
That's the learning I desire. Ghostly spirit of Rabbi wishes he was here because nature's fire. That's you. What a lovely melodic message. Thank you so very much, Anna. That's really appreciated. You're a real hero of mine. Thanks. One of my champions. Thanks. Cheers back at you. Yo, Dan. A real OG. About damn time. Does credit correct put it? Pen corrector deserves credit for organising Tradespotting Appreciation Day. Oh, what? That's what it is. Really? What? Ace Ventura, $10. Alrighty then. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, Ace. Tradespotting. Jackie organised first ever Tradespotting Appreciation Day. Wow! The weekly Tradespotting Appreciation Day. Amazing! I love this. What day is it? Wednesdays. The weekly Tradespotting Appreciation Day. Oh my god, Wednesdays. They took on a whole new amazingness, aren't they? You can remember this every Wednesday. Now, this is it. Every Wednesday, the weekly Tradespotting Appreciation Day on Wednesdays. On a Wednesday coming to you any day soon, every Wednesday, every day soon, and in the medium and long term, pretty much forever. Every Wednesday, well, I got Wednesday coming. Oh my God, get on the Tradespotting. This is amazing. I'm appreciating Tradespotting even more now. See how infectious this is super infectious, right? Just a little few of us, then it's an epidemic, then it's a pandemic, then they shut everything down, you give you free money, and we'll trade Clover again. Oh my God, why are we millionaires trading this nonsense? And then, wow, all because of Wednesdays. Tradespotting Wednesdays, right? These hands, that dance, it's the Tradespotting Appreciation Dance on Wednesdays. Oh my God, I love Wednesdays. Don't you love Wednesdays? Jackie, well done organising this weekly to get together.
Sorted and Sound just super chatted
look
with
at
Tess.
that. Super chat with test. How did the test happen? It's a crazy test guy jumping in, just trying to be like, I want to join in too. He loves it. You love it, don't you? Loves it. He totally loves it. Number 39. LOL number 1. Oh my goodness. 6 p.m. is 11 p.m. in the UK. It's the magic, right? This is like the Andromeda paradox. How Tradespotting? How do you do this traveling through time thing? Well, it's just physics. Somebody said the other day, like, oh, blah, 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 blah. I was here for some trading, not some theoretical physics, blah, 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 blah. It's like, look, mate, all physics is theoretical. You mean maybe you were here for maths? You go, what? You know what I mean? Anyway, don't come again. So that was nice. And then, especially on Wednesdays, where you appreciate Tradespotting. I don't think the clap... It's funny. No, it's not. But then the double clap, right? It's like a double negative. We're talking about this as well, like the negative numbers. This is also Pythagoras back in it again. You're like, from downtown, hundreds of years after he was being this way, like boom, boom. No, actually, you can use Pythagoras' theorem to describe space and the relationship between forms, even using negative numbers, and it works in every dimension. Oh my God, it's like, what? You know what I mean? So like, you can measure the amplitudes of the waves with me here daily on Tradespotting. Hit that like button, share this with your friends. It's an amazing experience, especially on Wednesdays. Wednesdays are fantastic. Every day is good, but Wednesdays, wow. If you say Fridays are unbelievable. Fridays coming in 2 days' time. I don't think that's funny, but it's good interesting talking point, see? Someone gave me a fake Versace jacket. That's not bad, right? I mean, better than getting I don't know. Maybe you prefer something sensible, a good Berghaus, right? I've got a Helly Hansen fishing jacket. I wear it everywhere. People look at me and think, well, who's this guy coming in that jacket? They don't know. They'll never know because it covers up everything. And then I also wear a balaclava because, my heritage. And then I wear a big scarf. And that's all of that's, on top of other items of clothing. So when you think about it, hello, Mirror, hello. Stally, Jamie, there are no words to thank you and your brother enough. And I think after a decade, we will look back and say, wow. I said wow a few times today. And then we will have to wait another decade to comprehend your impact on us. Wow, that's a whole 20 years. That's a whole 20 years. My goodness. I'm going to be so rich by then. You know, Larry Fink, who runs BlackRock, which is the biggest company, biggest investment bank, is like running around doing everything at once, controlling stakes, directing government policy in a country near you. He was fired when he was like 36 in the Boston there, where he was setting up those toxic bonds. You'll have heard of them. Anywho, so yeah, 20 years on me now, right? We're going to be, imagine, right? You can't, this is incomprehensible. We're going to be doing something. Bing bong, the price is wrong.
Jimmy Mayo
Boom,
/
bing,
S
bong,
just super
bing,
chatted
bong.
with test.
Bada bada bing, bada bada bong. Price is wrong. Thanks so much for being here, Shane. Legend. Freaking killed it today. You freaking killed it today, Vic. There he is. Vic Fitz, Vincent Vega smash. See, right? That's, Vic Vince. One of a couple of people in the chat box who've actually been abducted by aliens has a really credible abduction story. The aliens won't be coming back to do it again, though, not after what he did to them. Should be famous on YouTube for that alone. Insane, right? It's an insane story. It's also true. Credible, totally credible abduction story. Vic, ask him about it in the chat box. It's amazing. It's amazing. If you don't believe me or him, Lepton, who's also has proof that it all has, it's an amazing story. So check them out in chat box there. If you don't know them, say hello. I robbed a G&E a few days ago. What's that? Is that a pharmacy? They're fun. What? Not to rob. They're not fun to rob. What did you rob? Anyway, almost 100% since the start of the new year, and that lawyer stopped out of most of my positions today in profit. Oh, wow, you can't argue with that. So the world forcing you to take profit. Hardly the worst thing that's ever happened. Hardly. Also, here we are starting looking for the beginning of more opportunities, right? You could mourn that previous book that was really enjoyable, but here you're writing your own one again and again and again. There once was a man named Tradespotting. He liked the charting and sometimes would holla. No tube, twit or troll proved a match for the gifts in his daily dispatch. He helped those who'd lost. Doomslayers knowing the cost, he'd say, stay the course. Sometimes spoke of a horse. Created a land we admire, showed skills we aspire. Unreasonable will be, hoped this and more. He'll see with love from the collective we. The collective we. From the royal to the collective. This is it. We share the parliament. Half of you, half of me. Keep your part tidy. And then the royal and collective we's. And we all get onto our we together. Doomslayers. That was from Lisa, who is the real hero and does the chapters, which helps so many people who wouldn't watch me otherwise. Because they don't realize the import of every sentence. 100% since the start of the year. Minna, congratulations. Lisa, thanks so much. Jake D, thank you, Jamie, for all you do for the community. You're amazing. Thank you, Jake D. I'm lucky to have this community. Community. What does it mean? Right. Well, essentially, it's made up of 8 words. Community. And what does that mean? Nobody knows, right? So it's a mystery. So how do you build one? Again, no idea. No idea. It just happens spontaneously, like when your trousers go on fire. Created a land that happened to me once when I was holiday in Ibiza. Trousers went on fire. Just like boom, just go on fire. Crazy. Put you up with love from a collective we. Hi we, how's it going? Did I miss something there? Jake D, how you doing? Thanks everybody for being so generous. Don't be too down and finish stretching yourself for me. It's just Wednesday. There'll be another Wednesday along next week. But thanks so much. Timbo sent me. Give me mail. Yo, Timbo. Wow. Thanks so much. Nobody let Gimme Mail leave. Nobody let Gimme Mail leave. Actually, throw him over there at Wimslayer. Whoops. Wilfric Doomslayer. Throw him over there. Hush, Wilfric, you ready? I see over here already. Right, that's it. I see it's happened. That's it. You were waiting for Friday, but it's too late. He's gone. Wolfrick's obviously getting back into the swing of things. Would you like to know more about swing trading? So we could do a video on that. So there you go. Jake, that's Jake, lost his head. Ace, also lost his head. I'm sorry. Gimme Mayo has still got his head, but lost every other limb. Sorry about this. Super sorry. Happy birthday, Timbo sent me. Timbo! Happy birthday, Timbo. To fucking knock away. Akashakawa. You've lost your head. Jackie, that's your head gone. Dragonfly, 10 years. Here for 10 years, that's your head gone. Dear Mom, that's your head gone. I'm so sorry, everybody. WC, that's your head gone. Old Horny, that's your head gone. What a lovely headband. It's all gone. Oh my goodness. There's very little bone or flesh left when you hear it hitting. I'm sorry about this, everybody. Wolfwick Doomslayer, red headband, you're muted, Jamie. I'm not muted, I'm right here. It sounds like that. It sounds like I'm muted because you're making so much noise. That's why it sounds like I'm muted, but I'm not muted. You're muted. I'm not muted, you're muted. You're muted. I'm like one of the few people around here who hasn't had my head chopped off. Cece's ghost! There's Cece's ghost. She's total freaking power lady. Where is she? There she is. Oh my goodness, there's other ones. Oh my goodness, there's other ones. Oh my goodness. What did I just see? Cece's ghost, free heart. Thanks, Cece. Near is on fire. Near loves being on fire. It's like that. It's either on fire or somebody's peeing on it somewhere. Or it's chips. Peed on chips are now becoming a highly emotional currency. They're used to manipulate people all over the world. It's terrible. Tents and chips. Right? People thought pee was bad. Right now it's like peeing in or outside of the tent. That's a big problem. And peeing on chips or not. That's also a big problem. It's an awful problem. The PP, a problem with the PP. Trace, bing bong. Fan club, $5. Thank you so much, President. Theo, thank you for everything, Jamie. Thank you, Theo. Wolfwick Doomslayer, $99.99. That's haters. That is very close to $100. It would be $100, but you put it in 99 because it makes it harder for the staff to steal. You know, to people $100, the penny back. Also, it's like, oh my goodness, haters, get right up here. That's $100, and he did that while he was chopping people's heads off. So how many? You know, how could you do stuff like that? Wolfrick, you total legend. Thanks so much. Thanks so much, Wolfrick. Eh? It's so fun having you around. Colin, little one on Stream Elements for you to buy 2 Tradespotting. Oh, look over here. Holy shit. Taco Bell said $4.99 super chat. Wait a minute. If I go this way, then I'll read other ones that I didn't see from the other way, I think. I don't know. Maybe I won't. Maybe I can go the other way. I don't know. I'll go this way first, right? Never going back. Can't wait to lay one on them. Thank you for everything you do, Jamie. Yeah. Well, yeah. That's the thing, right? Lay one on them. Darn tootin'. You know, like a lot of the price action we've seen on GameStop, like this here, this was a lot of it was short covering because, you know, they would have appreciated, right, that it's dangerous if it does squeeze when they're trying to create an orderly descent or at least the appearance of one, and that would be certainly what I would believe is going on. But my beliefs are not really important with regards to the narrative. But like, I would suggest that what that would, you know, continuation of that would be that the price action goes up, obviously, but also that this was a lot of it was short covering because the potential for it to squeeze lower would have been dangerous. It would likely come back and test the same resistance. So that happened in here, and now it's a little bit out of hand, right? It is. It's a little bit out of hand, you know. So if it doesn't come back below 16, even if it comes back to 16, which seems like a lot from 20, it is percentage-wise. But even if it didn't, right there, boom, you'd be off again, back above the basis line on this thing. That'd be incredible. You might not even get there, right? Just taste this basis line of this at 18. If you like, it might not even drop back down because you've got this gap to aim for back above already, which is a very obvious target, which would mean that this was already a higher low, and you'd be looking at putting in higher highs, so you'd be testing 24. And then it's like, oh my goodness. You know, so a lot of it's short covering, and then when the interest comes back, and it'll be a lot of long positions that moves it back up again towards 35, which gives it then more important support in it around the levels it is that it took off from, which is brilliant, along with the fact that it's gone up 100% if it keeps going, which is amazing. And that would be laying a glove on them. I think that would be like a good reminder anyway. Never forget, motherfuckers. That's what that would be. 35. What else did I miss here? Thanks, Wolfric. Sarah Rera, the queen she is. She's total legend. Oh, look at the poo emoji. Oh, look at the poo emoji. Check out TikTok. Tradespotting on TikTok. Producer extraordinaire. Genius behind the editing. And the person who knows what's interesting to other people that I say. It's Sarah. She's a genius. Thanks, Sarah. Rera, ra, ra, ra. Sorted then sound. Sorted then. Thank you for continued greatness. No problem. Explodes out me. I can't do anything about it. Just click live. Sometimes I do have, 50 words prepared. Some prepared. Some idea of preparation anyway. Eat, concentrate, trade. It's the spike protein. It's mutating all the time. Oh my goodness, it's so dangerous. I live in a time dilation bubble. That's why Amazon are exploiting you so very, very lucratively to the benefit. It's isn't it? Time flies, unless, from my perspective, I've lived for 700 years. That you could get a good wage over 700 years, Maybe if you're going to live for 700 years, the cheese sandwich factory is enough. It's just a thing, right? The human condition is a very powerful motivator. Ghost of Wolfwick Doomslayer, what a legend. There is true story. I appreciate Tradespotting. I appreciate you, Minner. Sorted down sound with a critical hit. Yes, thank you, friend. I hope these messages printed so you can put them in the book of records. Oh, that would be good. No, the fax machine's having issues. I need to have deep dive into the fax machine. Get myself in about it, amongst it, right? In amongst the mechanics of it. How did they even code that, eh? That's what I think. Where's the Sir Shrew? The dark and mysterious Sir Shrew. I hope these messages printed. Well, let's see. Well, I mean, they didn't, but we can see if we can make anything happen in past. I am going through all the things, like cleaning up anything from all the videos, try to get any licenses for any bad music, so every old video can just be there for posterity until such times I get deplatformed here. Oh my goodness. No, don't happen. Thanks, don't happen. Thanks, Lord above. Tradespotting fan club. Theo Malma. Theo? Did I miss something? Possibly. How's it going, Theo? Theo, you legend. Make sure you take Extreme Elements. I'm just trying to get me mail. Wow, a little bit of cake. Oh, cakes, huh? That reminds me. We were going to look at there's also other things. I mean, Spy for goodness sakes, Trace. But yeah, so you break out this downward sloping wedge that even like a 3-month-old, right? You know how you can learn to, like, I could walk, but I could learn to run much sooner, right? And I was trying to escape. This is a problem because I could run before I could walk. So when I was trying to escape, I could only get, a number of houses away because I didn't have the stamina at 3 months old to keep running forever. So I would fall to what would be walking pace, but I hadn't learned it, so I fell over. And then I was captured again, and that lasted then for the best part of 2 decades, right? So what you want to make sure you can do is you can walk before you can run. That's an important thing, yeah. But then this thing, right, a 3-month-old with those capabilities, they would notice that this was a wedge, a number, right, and they would have they themselves decided that that horizontal it's relevant, but the diagonal no longer, and the previous high in it around 408 to 409, that'd be a nice place to target. There's a gap, starts at 418.
Sorted then
SPY.
sound just super chatted with test.
Wow, with test. I don't think that you super chatted with test, mate. That'll be the Stream Elements ones. Ha! See the discoveries. And then after 418, which is wonderful, it'll actually be targeting the here, right? Is it market bullish or not? You'll be looking for this guy. This is the golden pocket retrace, 419. Fill that around 423. Potentially test that horizontal at 428, 430. That's ridiculous, right? So you'll be glad you closed your shorts on SPY if that happens. And you have to be careful in any select sector where you're short too. But also gives you the opportunity for amazing breakdown trades, because it's nearly definitely come back and tested 369 again. And if that breaks, you'll go down to 355 and the economy is completely screwed. So when you do come back into this thing, remember the theory of displacement that Rocky and I talk about, and how the fact that price action could easily go down, test less than 300. And all of that will be the volatility that everybody predicted would be coming at the end of this horrible trend. Bang, bang, bong. Market breakdown, capitulation, and we'll see a return to normality and how markets bottom with, fixed income, risk-free investments, equities, cash, and the variety of commodities all go through their transitional rotations to create what would typically be seen in a market bottom post-capitulation, which we haven't seen any of. Come on, put your knickers back on, you silly Billy. Right? Come on! What was the next message? Yeah, so the head's up and off, and the cake. Yeah, that was the cake. And a little lovely. Would you like a little bit of this cake? I have some of this cake for you. I've given up on the Guinness Book of Records, right? Yeah, we went past that now. I'm looking for the Nobel Prize. And is there something higher? No, well, that's probably the best. The Nobel Prize in Economics. We'll have that. We'll only reveal the complete workings of it out after we've made lots of money for each other, because everybody will be in on it by jumping in. Luke Spears killing it today. Yes, I heard that's a true story today. Thanks to King Jamie. Well, I'm only here thanks to you, Luke. So, you may attribute some of it to me, but then I'm only here in part because of yourself and other brilliant people in the chat box. So, it's a team effort, right? And I'm only able to make these shows and look like I'm taking credit. The truth is, it all belongs to you guys. All of it does. So did all of the responsibility for doing the things that got us here. Right, all those things. I'm with you all the way, but you guys get the credit. I'll be on the day that you're doing. It's brilliant. You got to enjoy it in the moment too, because I think everything else in life is because of the degree of anticlimax involved compared to trading. Nothing will ever be the same again, right? You don't want the idea you can escape one addiction with replacing it with another is all felt well and good until you discover trading, and that's it. Right? That's the train. And so enjoy those days, right? Your best day of the year so far. That's one of the best days going, right? You only have so many years, so wow, what a brilliant day that is. Freaking happy for you. Vic Vince killing it. Yeah, Vic Vince totally killing it. People killing it on Jamie Appreciation Day too. And these things come weekly. My goodness. We're blowing everyone else out of the water. Raphael 100. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Good to see you, Raphael. Good to see you. Lisa is the chapter goat. She is. She's a total legend. This is part of the way the is built. Don't forget to shop McDonald's. A taco a day keeps the haters away. McDonald's. Here, a Tradespotting line or two will do. A Tradespotting line or two a day keeps the doctor well paid, right? And if you do need to see a doctor, they'll be eager to get you top of the list, right? So, are these trades cancelled yet? Because is that the one that opened yesterday? Because if so, there's a misprint now. You can just look at it as, well, there's support and resistance. What do you know, right? It's great. These things reveal loads of information, but if I've already revealed it, what's the big reveal, really? If it breaks that'd be breaking the horizontal, the diagonal. You'd probably be discarding with this previous formation. The trend might even end. You'd come back, test that. They're 214. The next low would be 195. None of that would be a true retracement, having lost the 236. So you'd be looking for it down at 200. Then down at 182, and then likely you'd be getting it in at around the golden pocket back at 165. That'd be the very good one on the McDonald's there. But they have got that new adding the onions as they're frying the burgers, 4 instead of 8 at a time, which means that those 4 cook quicker and those customers are happier. And they do love it when they roll out in the new franchises. They are loving the increase in the margins and the customers getting served quicker with better food. They're happy. So, operational efficiencies can really improve a business, and there's a lot to be said for a C-suite that's properly comprised of people with experience of running a business before and taking responsibility seriously. So vote for Tradespotting at your upcoming board meeting, and I'll do my best to represent you all day, every day, on any company, every company. Who cares, right? Yeah, it's not financial advice, it's just a smart idea. Don't forget to shop McDonald's. Yeah, I could sort that out for them too. Sugar, wasted. Is it too? I'll take any board position as long as it's the chairman. Good to the CEO stuff, but then I'm not going to be like Sir Elon, right? I'd be one CEO at a time, and I think you can do a pretty good job in 2 years. Why be longer than that, right? You'd have to have a real reason for it, right? Unless you're running something like Rolls Royce, in which case you're in a job for the next 10 years, mate. Don't even freaking think about trying to leave. So that's the way it is. Lamau, well, how'd you get in first place as well, too? Right? Fantastic, isn't it? Headless tradesman. That's good. That's good. Who long time no beheadings? Who long time no beheadings? Yeah, exactly. Spot on, Mrs. Thanks. Yo, shopping my life away. Shopping my life away. Misfit. You mean GC, misfit, right? I mean, that was a word at the time. It was all good. He loved that, so he did. Got the ticker. I've got it. I've got misfit. Great. And then, Michael Saylor came along, not even a real sailor, and he's got his own version, right? And then you'll have someone like me come along, I'll be a miscreant, and then you'll be like, there's a trend happening here. Trends on these things are pretty good. Yeah, so, I mean, that's not bad, that candle reaction. Price is 242, 245. You don't get the post-market prices there. 255 was not baddie. Well, happened live, that one. There it is. Boom. Anyway, yeah, so this retracement holding the 2 free 50 simple back about that's just one time frame do all that. But anyway, look, that's post market sputter. Get back to regular. So that would be testing the prior highs in there, right? 293 to 300. That could also happen as well, but go back down again. No, I could. Did we just say what? I didn't do the downward sloping. I didn't do the downward sloping trend first, which I should have done because it's more obvious, isn't it? Right. So. I mean, I did already do Microsoft the other day. You were thanking me. You're welcome. No problem. Shop my life away. You're welcome. Shopping it away. This is what Celsius is supposed to do, right? Consumer-led society. Right, you're a hero and an angel. Thanks. Is it an economy or is it a society? Because if it's an economy, right, let's get down and say thanks very much. Shop my life away, Take one for the team. That's what it's all about. You are on the front line with the tanks shopping your life away for all of us. R.I.P. Jackie, R.I.P. Ace, R.I.P. Dragonfly, it's all got it. Can somebody take a note of that, please? The heads that were chopped off. Tradespotting, Lord Beale, howdy, glad I'm catching the stream. Great to see you, KT. What else did we not get through? We did everything there. We didn't do some things. Bitcoin moving. Retracing 200 period moving average. Tradespotting, when I was trading it, likes to move up when Tradespotting does a show. So I try to, when you leave and you come back and everything messed up and the dog's looking at you like, please don't play. I'm so sorry. I don't know. It's like insane amount of guilt. That's what Bitcoin is like all the time. It's like that all the time. The futures, positive moves. Markets closed 22,940. 200 period moving average on the daily time frame there, well and truly passing that. 4 hour time frame, very positive move here, reminiscent of other parts of this trend. If it does keep breaking up, this is a futures. I mean, you can get that. This is what it is. This is what it is. 86 retracement. Boom, you've made it. Even any further potentially long-term trend changes and questions from 23. So, breaking back above 23.8, you've got your prior high at 25. So that's what you're looking at on futures, and the same thing would happen on the Bitcoin. It's little Bitcoin. You know, if this trend does break, you know where that is, right? Oh, suits you, sir. Especially if you're still even using this fib, right? Oh, right. And I'm not turning that on because, too many secrets in one show blow people's minds. But you go into Bitcoin, back to Bitcoin. Go back to Bitcoin. 30 minutes. Momentum's not actually changed there. Volatility still going up. Let's go up through the time frames. 1 hour as small as is meaningful. Open interest a little bit different there since this formation started. Right, so it's accumulation in it then. And then what have we got here? 22.3 test and support, double bottom, your 236. Once you went back above 22.5, you got a little bit impetus here, recovery in motion, double bottom, W, and then the overall trend didn't change because the formation didn't break. This low, 3 tests on it, bullish divergence on the second touch, price action pushing up, as I say, back through the 236, looking for the golden pocket. That was exceeding the 886 retracement from this breakdown, which is like not a huge departure from what I was just talking about on the bigger time frame on futures. So you then, at that point, you'd already defeated the trend. You were going to test the prior high within the formation, and that looks like the 886 over here. All that would start to be breaking. Testing the prior high, you went through that piece. That gives you a lot of interest when you're looking up. You see you went to the next level of resistance. When you draw back on again, up at bigger time frames. 86 there, right? So yeah, 1.618, that would take you back up again a little bit further, and that's positive when you consider what Ethereum was up to just beforehand. Also holding support like we talked about here, breaking through the downward sloping diagonal, coming back to test the prior high within this previous formation. So it's done its move. Slightly different when you're not using the Fibonacci and it's just straight up support and resistance from the prior formation. But similar equivalent, and that's really positive considering what could have happened. So good to see that, right? Because also when you put it in context of the Bitcoin dominance, like a lot of people out here aren't actually trading crypto, but if you did put it in context of Bitcoin dominance, Bitcoin's increasing very much so. So it gives you the opportunity to potentially trade the same things that you might otherwise have been doing, but like different variations maybe on the other side. Is Bitcoin going to perform better than alts? Well, you're in a sort of formation like this at the minute on the Bitcoin dominance. So if the total crypto market was to collapse, which I don't necessarily anticipate happening, then that might be better for Bitcoin than alts. And if everything does go up, yet this trend persists, then Bitcoin will perform very well compared to the majority of altcoins, increasing back towards 48-50%. And then if it gets above that, you could really see at some point in future Bitcoin dominance coming back and testing this trend with a departure point here in at around 60%, which is probably going to happen. The Bitcoin maximalist at that point will be telling you, I told you so, I told you so. It's like you didn't really, you just said the same thing forever and ever, and you'll see the same thing future forever and ever. But that's that interesting. And I'm not got anything against Bitcoin maximalists, fundamentalists. What am I missing here? Oh, I didn't get over to the stream elements. Fair fire, honest, Sonzy face, great chieftain of the pudding race. That's King Jamie the First. Thanks, Dad. Great to see you. What, Dad? What are you like with your headband? Great to see you. Thanks. Wednesdays, huh? Best. Oh my love, look at that. Red Squirrel, you're here as well. Great to see you, Red Squirrel, you legend. Lots of friends here, buddy. Sorted Liver King. There's a QAnon message. QAnon le couvert d'or. It's a QAnon, right? This is it. I knew it was happening. We're storming the building last week. It's the Shorted Liver King. We liqueur. That's like, what's that mean? Everyone to the boats. Everyone to the boats. Thanks very much, Shorted Liver King. Tradespotting, did you spy on Royce while I was absent? I didn't. What's it up to? RYR Royal Minerals Limited. Is that what you're talking about? Oh, because you came back and heard me talking about the being what you'd have to be the CEO of. So you're thinking He's done it, isn't he? Yeah, that'd be interesting to have that. So you have your golden pocket move. That's nice. From your 886 retrace. Oh, that makes sense. You know, so we go through the charts and the lessons, they reveal themselves, don't they? So this is like what we were talking about. The other two can put it together and you get what's happened here. Risk will change considerably. 50 simple gone through the 200 on the daily. Price action around those areas. Positive response to the golden cross. That's the type of golden cross you like to see. Price action. 50 simple. Trajectory continues. The test of support coming at the test of a prior golden pocket, the synchronicity, the symmetry, and then the positive slope when the 50 simple. Price action moves exponentially, so the result of the equation is commensurate to the method, and so as you see, price action moves along and up in a linear direction, normally a privilege reserved exclusively for momentum, and that sort of price action really gets people interested. At this point, risk is on again, though. You would look for price action to test a 50% retracement at some stage. That'd be back down at 1 spot 24. Easily could break, 886 up limits without looking for any test of support, even if it does go exponential. Any break in this level would suggest it's going to go back above these prior highs and test crazy moves back up at 250. If it breaks that, it'll go parabolic, and you'll see it test the 1618 up at around 380. But there's likely there'll be oscillations before all of that, and they could be easily back down around the golden pocket, or even test this 236 again at about 0.91. And if you got another test there without slipping lower, you would look at this again and say, not just was it, but like potentially an inverted head and shoulders itself, it could take you back up to around 180 at the minute. That could already happen. But if it, if it comes back down now, you'll get another complex head and shoulders, and the thing looks like it's even more likely to happen. So, all to the good if it comes back and tests these areas, especially if it's really strong flexion price action. Why would that happen so quickly on Rolls Royce? Well, it happened there before, didn't it? So that's interesting. Yeah, guys, did it there, KT. Stefan, rider of the rounded bottom breakouts, you legend. How are you doing? If you've got a moment, can you please check out that ticker, EAF? You betcha, Stefan. There's a rocky outcrop flash back down on daily time frame at 5 spot 14. That's also where you find a 50 simple period moving average. This thing has made what you would call a test of that upward sloping trend line. It could go on and exceed it, test this horizontal level in at around 6 spot 19, 200 period moving average, currently at 640. If it breaks that, positive move, and you'll be in your rounded bottom breakout, laughing like you look at the bottom myself, you're laughing at how it worked out there. Very positive. But in advance of breaking that 200 period moving average, especially and in particular with this rocky outcrop flash on the chart, get it yourself at patreon.com/rocky outcrop. I'd be looking at a test of 5 spot 14 as nearly definitely happening. Putting that in context, you're in the bullish control zone, not going to argue with it. You've decided defeated the idea of continuation divergence with this push higher and that positive move there. You've gone back through the center line, confirming that move might take you to the 200 period moving average. So risk would change back around 6 up to around 650. I'd still be looking for this to test in around 514. If it did that and bounced, you'll have had your positive move here, inverted head and shoulders potentially on that guy. Be looking at it putting in a possible channel or maybe a wedge. And this could, defeat the idea of trend reversal, because you haven't yet managed to make it back above these prior highs on the daily time frame when you look at the previous low. So that support turned resistance is possible after this breakdown. Now I'd be careful of that level in around there up to 650. Could easily see fake outs there. If we go up to the weekly time frame, look at EFC 50 simple in at around $6 as well. Very careful there. Drop down to the 1 hour. Where things are positive, you're back above the 50 simple, and it's hard to argue that it's potentially catching a higher low again, back at around, test of that 200, pardon me, slip below it, but don't allow the 50 simple to do so. Return back within to this formation, which itself was a little bit, wicks and whatnot, and maybe another test within it before it breaks the 200, and you get a real move afterwards, which would be great if it goes back above 650. short move to 780 and then probably $9. Testing this level in at around 10. All of that could start happening if it does change the trend. But you're definitely in a downtrend at the minute, and this also takes on the nature of a bear flag, especially if it goes back to a channel and fails to break these highs. If it comes up near that again, puts in some sort of resistance in at around 620, then it could just be continuation to the downside. You'd be looking at this making extensions back down. If it does fail outside the bottom of this channel at this stage, this formation would confirm it as a bear flag, and you'd be looking for a push to the 1618. And if you were to then put on this and say from that breakdown potentially, right, but departure points within this would probably say from these lows, and this guy wouldn't be out of the question. But it's horrific. So we'll just take that. Say that breakdown takes you to 1618, which is in at around 3.23. 3.23. So if you do break up, very positive. Those targets we mentioned, if you do break the lower side of this formation, it could look like a bear flag continuation, take it down to the 1618. That provide confluence. First target on a breakdown maybe being 322. And the first area for where you see that happening around 480. 480. Which, when we then put it all in context, if you're looking for a bounce and buying at support, it's in around this flash target in 50 simple. If that breaks down, you've got a clear area for a stop loss on a long trade. And if you're looking for to flip reverse it, then perhaps go short. That would be the move. And that's my free money there, right? Because whatever happens, it's going to fall into one of those two frameworks. And I've managed to risk for you. It's not financial advice, but I think we'll have a round of applause for the spotter. There you go. Thank you very much, Stephen. Good to see you. Shorted Down Sound, $10. Thanks, Shorted Down Sound. Tradespotting, just want to say thank you for having a huge impact on my life and finding joy in places I never thought to look, and purpose. Brave DeLorean Buck. Wow. You're welcome. Back to the regular market. Oh, did I have one? What have I got? I've got my adjusted. I'm adjusted for the divs. Adjusted for the divs, but I've not got... Rocky and I'll have a video coming soon for people who want to trade dividends, add them to a portfolio, and create a balanced portfolio across a number of different ways. Back to regular market. Yeah, right. Back to regular. Who cares about old regular? Venti. What is it? The big one. Why did they use silly names? Did we try some fresh satin pepper? Maybe Fax is getting grumpy and needed some, because it's something to do with the program. Open up the program, immediately shuts itself off. Thanks for all of the help and support over the last year and a half. Tradespotting goes to Curry Bing Bong. Thank you for all the help and support doing all of trying to achieve all my goals, man. Appreciate it, buddy. Just appreciate it. Trading is the best addiction. Are you way back there? You way back in time, or is that me? Tradespotting. Speaking of Ricey, how is it trading so low? What have they done to the powers that be? It makes no sense. What, Ricey? Because it's doing all right. You mean considering? Well, they had little bit of a fight there for the largest shareholder for a while, who's agitating, and then they secured really important debt, pretty much underwritten by the British government. So they took a while the problem with Royce is that a lot of their income comes from planes and the engines and the maintenance of said engines. So they sell them at a loss. It's only through the maintenance of them, which only they can do, that they make a lot of money. And those planes typically that they would be putting their engines on, so would be the wide-bodied double-aisle planes, which aren't particularly popular for domestic travel. They're more culturally used in the West for long haul. It's also slightly better on fuel efficiency, so whatever. And then that trend isn't actually true in Asia, though, especially in China, where most of their orders were coming from post and COVID, and it looks like the emerging economy over there looks like it will also be good for Rolls-Royce, because part of the problem was compounded with COVID travel, the maintenance of the engines, also those problems that were going, other airlines were going through with their larger jets, and you'll know all about them, Boeing and whatnot, and the other ones, like the planes that love to throw themselves into the ground. So like they had problems there, which like knocked confidence, and would have also been like good part of the maturity of that side of the business. Also, at the same time, Rolls-Royce is a really investment-heavy R&D business because that's the nature of engineering, and they're probably the best brand in engineering. Well, certainly that with any heritage, and so they invest in other things that take a long market cycle on some of their R&D. For example, like the hybrid engines for ships, like that's all Rolls-Royce, all of it. And there isn't going to be ships driving around doing important things in the world that have got other engines in them in future other than Rolls. But like getting their products to like that industry itself, which has its own turnover and its own cycle, which doesn't necessarily match the development cycle and production cycle, means that it's a long investment, capital intensive investment process. So sometimes that isn't particularly attractive when you're not like growth stocks of like in the last 8 years particularly have been all uber growth, right? It's like all uber quick growth for like 10%, 20% a year return on your money. That's what people are looking for. And it's led to a lack of productivity that doesn't support these valuations. It's led to hugely crippling breakdowns because most of these things are also traded on leverage. And it's like, I joke about how we old people are interested in Rolls-Royce. That's essentially saying that whole message by it just like needlessly disparaging old people for in the interest of conciseness. So that's the answer, Jen. But then when you initially asked, I was like, but what about the chart? Because the truth is, like, who cares about the fundamentals? Don't mean anything. Totally irrelevant. It's only helpful if you're deciding to make it a long-term trade, potentially, or if you're looking at important questions about support and resistance. Once you've identified it, simply a yes or a no, then I'm straight into the charts. And like, since we predicted to test back down at like 85, 65 levels, like those two potential targets, and it's back up over 100%. So that being up over 100% on the trade makes me feel positive about how price action, even if it's crap compared to, you know, people that just make weapons that kill people, which Rolls-Royce are involved in a little bit, but not quite as much. So they haven't had quite as positive, reflexive response to that sector doing so well. I bought my Wiley shirt today that says, "Roll me and smoke me when I'm dead." Wow, that sounds like this guy was fierce coming true again. Soul trade from the chat yesterday worked out too. Oh, it did it? Soul trade from the chat yesterday. Here's your 200 period moving average on dailies. Price action 15-minute time frame pushing towards the highs there. Well, I am very happy for you. This is a lovely indicator. Get yourself a brilliant show this has been. Terminal candle on the Bitcoin harmonic. ALT bat at 23.8. Boom. What about that for conciseness, consistency? I bought that I'm going backwards in messages now. Here, I'm missing things. I'm not. I'm near the bottom. Tradespotting. I made it. How do y'all? Yo, Massive Ericsson. How are you and your namesakes doing? Good evening, trade doppelgangers. Good evening, Tradespotting and Rocky Outcrop. Good to see you, Adil. Just received my TS stream alert. Thank you, YouTube. Bing bong. Oh, the great stuff. The great stuff. YouTube is so brilliant, YouTube. You know what's up. What's it like? Thanks, Dashi. Thank you, Dashi. Here, I made it to the bottom of that. Amazing. Shorted down, super chatted. I can find super chats I'll have seen. Super chats I'll have seen. So I can go down. Tip was Corman. I appreciate you, friend. That's Corey. Corman. I appreciate you too. Thanks, friend. Appreciate you. I can see the messages that came from here too. Minnie, tip 19.99. Started the new year with $500 in my portfolio. Up to 850 as of close today. I have most of my positions. Thanks, Jamie. We couldn't do this without you. What about that for a percentage increase? Eh? You're like outperforming the best fund managers in the world. Amazing. Sarara, 9, that was before. Thanks so much. Thanks, Minnie. That's really appreciated. And that's a generous donation. Thank you. What else did I miss on this one? I probably missed loads of things. Wobs a phone. Jamie, Can't thank you enough for all you do. Doomslayer for life. Freaking legend. These people are sensible because YouTube doesn't get the 30%. If you do it from an iPhone and a YouTube, they're like they're robbing me. That's because they make up for their lack of productivity. They'll take 50% off before it ever arrives. That's sneaky. Sneaky. Still, how can I not be happy today? It's Wednesday. I'm not sure if I'm missing anything. If I have, you're going to have to send it again. Bing bong, the price is wrong. Ace. Yo. You're freaking awesome. I am. Thanks so much. Vic Vince, Jamie, you give me courage. I can't really explain
That's
it in
arrival
words.
from Ghost of Corey Bing Bong 6. The fax reads I got 5 on it. Happy Tradespotting Appreciation Day every end fax.
I got 5 on it. I got 5 on it. Thank you so very much. I'll not do that. Thank you very much. Cheers, Corey. Yay. This is brilliant. Wow. This rate there'll never be any more Wednesdays. There'll be some problem. Like those fusion reactors, you know, they can't know they're on Earth, because if they do, they'll destroy it. Jamie, you give me courage. I can't really explain it in words what your show means to me. I think I'd need to say it to your face. Maybe someday I will. All the love. Vic Vince, I hope so, man. Hope we'll see all of you someday. We'll be in a glorious day on the other side, you know. We'll cross the Rubicon together. I am not a cat. $15. Thanks for all the hard work and never breaking a chain, legend. Thanks, I'm not a cat. Thanks so much. It's appreciated. I hope it's a positive example to other people ever finding things tough. You'll always see Tradespotting, no matter what is happening. Thanks, I'm not a cat. Total legend, does so much that's not, you know, that's important and not noticed. Deserves all the glory. Dripodactyl, $14.99. Gotta catch a flight, school number 6. I'll send you the bill when I graduate. Nice. Where are you going? That's brilliant. $14.99. Gotta catch flight, school number 6. Flight school at 6. It's at 6. Good luck up there. Good luck up there, Dripodactyl. Legend. Come pick me up when you're done. Let's freaking go, Doomslayers. 5 memberships just came in from the amazing president of the Tradespotting fan club. What a better fan club president can you get? I mean, she's going to get re-elected consistently, repeatedly, over and over, forever and ever. Amazing. Thanks. You're now all bonded now to the president. What else have I missed? Chardonnay Flasher, freaking legend. I am just watching the money pile up with a bottle of bubbly. You know where I freaking be. You can find me at the club. Watching money pile up with a bottle of bub. You know where I freaking be. You can find me at the club. I think this is also like the Wednesday song. It's your Wednesday. It's your Wednesday. That one. Give me some of that GMTA. That was We Got That. Katie, back from the brink, much maligned, total legend. Rocky taught me TA, but you taught me trading. Thanks, Katie. Thanks for all the hard-learned lessons over the years. Love you, bestie. Thanks. Some people hear different things in each of our messages. I don't think I could do any of this without Rocky. The greatest gift I ever had is Rocky, in every possible sense. Everything good I ever do comes from him. Thanks so much, Katie. Thanks, Katie. Best buddies, isn't it? Kitties. Yo, Wesley, and then we're back. We're back to hamburgers with extra pickle. Good to see you there. Nope, I'm not done them. Slosha, I am working, but I wanted to send my love. You are the bestest. Slosha, out there working. We were talking about you sloshing in and out of the bowl the other day and how fast we were going and whatnot. Great to see you, Slosha. Thanks so very much. Anonymous, tip $6.99. A small token of appreciation. Ha! Anonymous, did you mean that? Who is it? Small token of appreciation. Cheers and thanks for everything you do for us, Jamie. Truly nothing but respect and love, you guys. Slay Doom every day. Thank you, Anonymous. That's really nice. Appreciated. Thanks. Slay Doom every day. Eh? What a positive mentality. This is brilliant. We are a beacon for anyone. A good example. Thanks so much, everybody. What a brilliant, amazingness. What else did I miss? Probably loads of things. Tubes, thank you, Jamie. Let's fricking go. Thanks, Tubes. Nick C, you legend. Looking for a true bottom formation on TDUP before giving up to hit some of those flashes. Could this be a bump and run? Good to see an entry around $1, but don't know if I'll get back to it. TDUP. Ted up. So remains with another rhymes. There's a flash at 1.9 on the 15-minute time frame. Price action pushed out of this downward sloping channel on this dude. Back above the 1618. 50 simple went through 200. Price action continued. I'm on a 15. Get out of my face. 15 minutes. Right. So we'll start on a weekly. Oh my sugar. Goodness gracious. Tradespotting. Said this downward sloping formation. Price action broke out of it then. So far so good. Came back a retest. Hasn't yet managed to exceed that high, which is similar to your 236 at 1.81. 50 simple on the weekly is the best you're getting there. Then you've had your reaction on this 236. That was very positive. Who would have known and been able to predict and work with this kind of thing? So then 2-day time frame, you're looking at this making another move. The squeeze continues. If so, thread up ink's going to blow your mind. If the squeeze continues, oh, so lovely jubbly. Oh my, get this right up here around you. Oh, darn. Trading TDUP in an uptrend, if the squeeze continues and this breakout is confirmed, is a lot like making love to a huge spaceship. It's a lot like, anywho, so you're going to hold that 236 once you go through it, 1.81. I imagine like people were already hoping for that, this retracement. Not so good in that respect, slightly below it, but then how accurate is that, you know? If I was to like actually put it in properly, then you can see that it's in at around 178 and the price action post market's 177. Who's to see the top side of that fib's done perfectly? Because we already found out that one of the two bits wasn't. You'd have to say that that's like not tradable probability. It likely is wrong a little bit. So this thing, maybe holding the 236 already, which would be in around this previous 1.13 breakdown, that suggests this thing could have achieved a little bit of a pivot, having already tested the breakout. Good enough. 50 simple orientating itself to the top side in the daily time frame. I like that. 4-hour time frame. You've not yet got a positive cross on those moving averages, and you haven't broken these previous highs. So you have put in higher lows. You've not put in higher highs, and this is very much a downtrend. So if you're targeting that trend, my God, flash up at 28, then this thing would need to confirm it's trended in that direction in advance, which on the 4-hour time frame, if you take the 200 period moving average as a proxy for trend, price action is above it, and that's positive. But like I say, no putting in any higher highs. The 50 simples below the 200. So if you're looking at a double moving average strategy, you don't have any signal of confirmation yet. And then we drop down to the 2-hour where your momentum still isn't positive, but you've got another flash. Get out of town. This is ridiculous. And then this is this thing that we've already talked about. This is part of the Millionaire Maker series. These are already laughing. You know, it just has to break to the top side, right? So break back these prior highs at 224. That's what we're looking to. In the meantime, it could easily slip back down and continue to test this guy, especially in and around these prior lows. Golden pocket retracement at 1.19, and then if you're looking for this thing to break down any further back within this channel, possible displacement exceeding the prior lows in the golden pocket at 1 would take you down to in around 82 or the prior low at 77. All of that seems a little bit disheartening, but would be pretty obvious if it was happening. First place to be weary would be 123, and then as you can see on the 1-hour time frame, as small as it is meaningful, you don't want price action, and if so it does, we don't want the 50 simple both and then price action to fail back into this formation at the same time. You don't want all that break down below 162, but then 30 minutes, what's the momentum like? Yeah, well, I mean, there was like, that's not all that desperately different. Trend hasn't broken. Could even be potentially putting in, you know, horizontal resistance at the top side of that, 224. If in the meantime it doesn't break, having that trend there, 3 touches, could easily just start pushing up and go higher. 15 minutes suggests that it may already have decided that that's going to happen. There's a potential cross of flash and this obvious level of support coming in. So yeah, could be positive. Like that. Thanks very much for the tip too. Appreciate it, Nick C. Thanks, buddy. Great to see you, man. And with consistent appreciation, Guitar. Thank you, Guitar. I appreciate you so much. Thanks. Love to have creative, interesting people like yourself here. I'm really proud of everybody, you know. A lot of communities like this are very one-dimensional and acerbic, toxic places. When I say toxic communities like this, I mean with a focus on trading. You know, if the only thing you're trading is like your own greed, that sort of thing's horrid. And like one of the things we benefit from is there's so many different types of people that keep each other all in our best, on our toes, being our best, being, you know, but by being such a good example and so nice, and you're one of them. Thanks. And you know, you and a number of other people are also educators, so I'm really proud of being able to do anything that captures your attention. So thanks. Free thinker Mick Jones. So when we're back near the beginning. It's awesome. That's awesome. And did I miss anything in the doing? WC Maca Prime. Average Monk, late to the party as usual. Thanks, Jamie, for all you've done. Average Monk, you total legend. Thanks so much. It's appreciated. Can I elect myself assistant treasurer? Tradespotting? You can, yeah. Woohoo! Yay! That's good, right? You know, you're always going for the hard jobs. Don't get any of the credit. Still, we'd be nowhere without you. And I would love that. Thanks, Visa does. Thanks. Tradespotting, would you call that last move on Sol another scallop? Let me see. What time frame are we talking? This guy. Well, I mean, if the crypto market's moving to the top side, the 50 simple's going through the 200 and this thing is putting in a higher low, I wouldn't worry too much about whether it's a scallop. 5-minute time frame, that's not particularly, it's a little bit clumsy. That's got better things in it. Oh, where was the bump and run? Oh, that was the USDT thing. I don't know, Nick, if I covered that idea. Very much, you know, downward sloping trend creates a low. Sugars, I don't even remember the ticker. UPDT, up. It was up. UDTP, UDTP, UTDP, anyway, so like you break down, you're looking for it to break below the downward sloping support line, price action to recover, go straight through that previous formation that would have come with a downward sloping resistance on the top side, break that, test the prior high from that previous formation, or 2 or 3 up, then come back, test the horizontal from its departure point, leaving the previous formation, rather than necessarily the downward sloping trend again, and then go on again. That'd be good. So, I mean, what I just said, if you're already looking at bump and run, I've not got the chart in front of me, and how ridiculous Tradespot supposed to be doing a show on the internet where you've got charts and stuff. What you like? Shut up, Tradespot. As soon as my brain started talking about that, so I don't know why I did. And anyway, this is all in front of us, and why the drawings disappeared. So, 5 minutes, no, 15 minutes. Where's your scallop? You're talking about last move scallop. I'm not seeing it. But maybe I'm looking on the wrong time frames. But happy to look some more if you think. Can we take a train ride together? Yeah, big train. Us all in a big train. Big train! Could show that. Tradespotting, would you call that so? No, but to what point? Not to diminish anything Tradespotting does, obviously. How could we do this? How? What do you mean? Let's not worry. It's not possible. You know, really the truth is that, like, there's a lot of people on the internet that think that they can make millionaires, or, like, maybe they don't think it, but they definitely try and sell the idea, and I think that there's no explicit or pragmatic attempt to actually achieve that objective, but they're saying it in order to get you to watch whatever shit it is they're doing. And so, the true judge of whether or not this show's any good is you guys becoming the millionaires, right? Because then you're the millionaires, you're walking around being millionaires, and that's what everybody else wants and why they would watch these sort of things. You know, and if you're starting off on a millionaire, then like 100 million, that's nowhere near as difficult as, you know, so don't be disheartened by the fact that there's people of lesser means around. You all have to be similarly minded, I'm sure. And right, so anyway, point being, yeah, we'll just get loads of, we'll just get rich. It's all about you guys. It won't be diminishing my light. You guys are my light in that sense. Jeremy Lamb, you legend. Good PL. Scott Baker, Maca Prime, and WC. What a brilliant day it is for everybody. So what am I missing? Probably loads of things. Average Monk, thanks. Great to see you. Did I miss anything that anybody asked me for? I have no idea. What about Michael Saylor? He's not even a real sailor. He'll be happy. So did we look at any? Did we? Was that one of the things people wanted to look to? This is a very important level, proven to be true. You know, Tradespotting lines, sometimes they're arrows. They work even better, turns out. Yeah, so, you know, if this thing breaks above the 200 period moving average here, that would be returning into this formation. I haven't found support. Back above a 236. 50 simple's got a very strong positive slope. If Bitcoin's breaking to the top side, this thing's going back up. If Bitcoin goes to 25, this thing will push to the 236 and test up at 0.5, maybe 0.6. If Bitcoin goes to 32, this thing will easily be back up above 1. Which is huge. Moves over 100% from here. And it's already like provided a lot of interesting volatility. Spin this motherfucker. This wheel's actually there. With this other chair here, you can't see it. It's decorating house and whatnot. So everything's tightly packed together, so it's out of view because it's constrained spaces. Who cares, man? What? Like, I would put that down in my journal. Today I talked about a chair. Anyway, so yeah, you can't see it, but the wheel's in there trying to move. It's just restrained, can't get anywhere. So, yes, right, it's been an amazing day. As much as I'd like Tradespotting Appreciation Day to continue forever, I also have to get back to painting this bedroom. I have to do the last coat on this paint. Is sheer cheap paint. Worst diseconomy of skill I've come across in the last number of months. Never waste your money on cheap paint. Never do it. Right, it'll give you a shoulder injury. You'll think that you're actually going mad because, like, what? 10 coats? Who are you kidding? And the wall was nearly that color to start off with, so why? You know, and you'll think to yourself, you will start thinking you're mad. So I have to get back and finish that. And what time is it? 11:30. That's after cowboy time. We really have to get painting. But I loved it to an appreciation day. You know, I loved it. It's the best day in ages. But next Wednesday we'll have another one. Or I'll get sad and think that this was just some, you know, novelty thing. Ha ha ha, remember? Never forget. Because that also uses energy, right? And we've not got enough going around, entropy and whatnot. You know, it's a bit urgent situation. There's a crisis in cosmology. Did you not hear about the theory of inflation, right? And I don't mean your 7.5%, right? Space is increasing all the time. Like I say, you know, while perspective and motion might be relative, not to light, when you're moving or not, it's still going at the same speed, you know? And because there is no scale. There's no scale to the formations. We don't know what the scale, and then Maxwell's gone, Einstein's gone. I guess all you're left is a spotter. Here, so remember and never forget. Thanks so much for watching. What a brilliant show it's been for me. I hope you've had a nice time. If so, hit the like button, share button. If you know anyone that doesn't like me, this is a great video to show them. You know, would really ruin their day. Probably a lot of days, in fact. Show them this video. Insane day. What a brilliant day. Oh, thanks so much. Ha! Eh? Wow. You don't get them very often. I know I joke, but you don't. That's amazing. Jackie sent me. Dead guy. Yeah, you legend. Thanks. Holy shit. You know, Jackie, you know, you could organize parties and stuff. But president of this fan club wrote those history of organizing amazing ones. There goes the likes.
Fax arrival from Dead Guy 10. The fax reads, Jackie sent me end fax.
Jackie sent me. There you go, Jackie. Thank you so much, everybody. Thanks for the moderators here on Discord who make it happen every compliment for the communities to use. Thanks. Tradespotting, can you cover Tesla tomorrow? Doing well after earnings. Yeah. I mean, it isn't going to do anything that I didn't describe it doing yesterday. To the prayer moving average, downward sloping formation, back above your 236, and in this supported horizontal, things start to move. Back above 154, the target is 244. Boom. But yeah, I'll look at it tomorrow as well. Thank you, Jamie, and everyone else here. Thank you, everybody. Did Wolfric get dead guy, or did he come like that? This is another mystery. Does anyone remember eating them? Visa does I had a brainstorm. A brainstorm? They're dangerous. They're very dangerous. Was it hot? Visa does with lightning and everything. Thunder and lightning. Very, very frightening. 5 more memberships right at the closing bell. Bing bong. 5 more. Raphael, I'm so glad. J.A., I'm so happy for you. Anna. Rodolfo, again. Yeah, legend. G-Vids, everybody. Hey, Mamma Mia. Oh my goodness gracious me. Thank you so very much. Thank you, Sir Lepton. Thank you, everybody. Big shout out to Lepton and everyone else out there in Barcelona. Thanks. Oh, look, my cup's empty. That's dead weird. Why is my cup empty? Eh? So I'm still a poor porridge eater. There it goes to show, even after an incredible day like that. Right? I'm still JME from the streets. Poor porridge eater, Tradespotting. I'll never ever forget. Don't you forget, right? I'll never